Hello Taurus, this is a timeless reading for you and I'm using my own tarot cards. You have the card Integrity, Black Magic, Projection, Blessing, White Magic, Mouse or Small, and Authenticity. And I feel like there is something or someone that you are, something or someone you have already become aware of, or you were in the beginning of becoming aware of this situation or person, but you stopped in this inner process for a while because maybe it was too hard to admit or, too tough to swallow. And but this is actually what the reading starts with this integrity, and I feel like this is you integrating this kind of awareness into yourself, not pushing it away anymore. It could be that you were really disappointed with a friend or family member, even with a romantic partner, but for most, I feel like it is not a very romantic situation. It could also just be something within society that was very hard to admit, because sometimes if we see something dangerous or negative in a situation or person, we want to push it away because it's too painful to know that life can be like this or people can be like this. But it seems like that you're finding some kind of closure with that and you are moving on. It becomes, instead of a disappointment, it becomes now like a kind of life lessons that leads to a certain completion within yourself. It seems like you have learned something from this situation and now you have integrated it into your life, into your inner truth, into your body, mind, emotions, and found your peace with it. I feel like the situation was very cunning, or this person that you were in this situation with. The black magic card or curse card doesn't necessarily have to stand for literally this, in that sense that it's something spiritual, something that is negative in a spiritual way. It could also just be someone who constantly tried to tear you down, something who talked a lot of bad stuff about you, even made up lies or exaggerated things to make you look worse in a situation. And I'm not sure if this is someone who slandered you or if it's... I feel like it could be someone who was not... Maybe who was also behind the back, but also just in front, like right to your face. Like this person constantly wanted to feed you some poison so that you started to hate yourself or doubt yourself. I also feel like this person, for some of you, this could be someone who has this kind of very dangerous and deluded spirituality. They think they are very spiritual and smart and wise and whatever. And maybe they told you that something was your projection. Or it could also be someone who thinks like, some kind of hobby psychologist or an actual psychologist who was very manipulative. Let's just say, just as an example, someone is constantly, maybe not bluntly, but quite sharp enough so that it's not a misunderstanding. constantly playing you, not playing you down, talking bad about you, like, yeah, you're not good enough at this and that. Like, just look at your, I don't know, your hair. It's just a superficial, stupid example. Someone who's constantly criticizing your hair. And then, like, maybe even for 1 or 2 years, and then suddenly you change something about your hair, even though maybe there was nothing wrong. You become obsessed with your hair. Maybe this person said that your hair looks greasy, and now you start to, or maybe you have already washed it every single day, but yeah, I don't know, maybe this person, you know, your hair doesn't necessarily have to look greasy. But this person was saying this intentionally over a very long time, so that you started to believe it and you started to see yourself this way, so that maybe, I don't know, you became obsessed with some kind of hair routine and you exaggerated everything because you started to believe it is true what they said. And then the person criticizes you, I don't know, for looking into the mirror too often. Like, oh, you're so obsessed with your hair, you are taking too much care of your hair. Something like that. You know, it's just an example. It could be about something entirely different. Or let's say someone is constantly provoking you. And you have let this person do this to you for 3 years. And one day you protect yourself, you say something back. You know, some people, they never say anything back. They are being criticized about superficial or stupid garbage. You know, some people, they just also make up things because they want others to feel bad and constantly criticize some stuff about them. And people just don't defend themselves. They just think, yeah, maybe it's true if this person constantly says this to me. And one day, like after several years, you decided to also say something to this person, like, and then this person was like, oh, you are just projecting that onto me. I'm perfect. Something like that. It could also be, as I said, something with some kind of therapist. They also do this projection garbage. Like, let's take a really tough example, and it's not made up, like these things truly happen. Let's say someone is experiencing some really heavy abuse at home, maybe domestic violence or something like that, or even worse. And they go to therapy and they speak negative things about the person who did this to them. And then the therapist says like, oh, you're only projecting this on this person. It's not a joke. These things truly happen sometimes in therapy. So this is what I'm feeling like. This person is like this, completely twisted in the head. And there's a lot of talk about projection everywhere. It's very in at the moment. Like, oh, it's just a projection. No, it's not always just a projection. And I feel like you are figuring that out, that this person is just super, super dangerous. And I feel like for a long time you didn't want to face it, because this person has deeply manipulated you for a long time, or because maybe you don't have a lot of people around you and they were one of your last friends and you were afraid to let them go. Something like this could be as well, but you know, the reading starts off with this positive integrity card. You feeling complete. And another good news is the Blessing White Magic card coming up here. It also stands for healing, and of course it can dissolve this curse and black magic card. By the way, this tarot deck that I made, it's just on thin paper here, it has 108 cards, and this is the concept. I call it the black and white duality tarot, and it always has these opposing cards, like 101 is blessing white magic, 102 is curse black magic, and this is the concept of the whole deck. And it's nice that you have, because I have this rarely when I use these cards, that a pair is showing up here. That's very interesting, but you know, it's good news. I also feel like this mouse or small card, it's just a reminder that it is possible to, you know, sometimes we externally remove ourselves from people or a situation, but internally for several years we can still struggle with whatever this was that we were experiencing. I feel like this mouse is a quite positive card in this reading, because it's just telling us that it has already become a very small thing. Maybe one time, like a year ago or something, this was a very huge and burdening topic for you, but I feel like it will shrink and shrink and become less significant to you. Especially because it's next to this Blessing White Magic card. I also feel like for some of you there could be a little gift coming in. It doesn't necessarily have to be material gift. It could also just be that you're discovering a gift within yourself, some kind of talent or a new passion, or just something that just makes you spark inside somehow. And we are ending the reading with the authenticity card, which is very nice because we were starting the reading with the integrity card, and I feel like this speaks for itself. Like, this is just you being fine with this situation or person, and especially with yourself. Whatever this person with their manipulation has destroyed within you, mentally, emotionally, even energetically, this will be restored and you will feel complete and you will have this self-confidence back. I don't mean this exaggerated or unhealthy self-confidence, just, you know, not feeling that whatever this person said to you or tried to make you think of yourself still has any effect on you. And I think that's very important because, as I said already, sometimes even if we leave such people for years, even unconsciously, it can still do something within us. And this is you mainly becoming very integrated and authentic with yourself, but also you probably already were quite authentic and were forced to become a little bit less authentic, because that's how it often is around a manipulative people. Even if we are honest with them, or especially if we share secrets with dangerous people, they use it against us. And I don't mean like nasty secrets, like that you did something terrible. That's not what I mean at all. Just, you know, just some very intimate feelings that you share with them. Sometimes people really, they have no conscience at all, and they just use it against you in some way. And I feel like you have learned a lesson about that as well. So now I want to pull some letters and numbers. See if they make sense to you. Oh, something fell to the floor. And I think I pulled too many, the number 6 or 9. Take it however you, because I don't know actually if it's a 6 or a 9. So maybe it's both. We have a P, Z, X, V, E, N, R, 2 3s. Oh, that's actually quite nice. We have 3, 3, 3. I like this number. And 9. 3 times 3 actually is 9. Oh my god, I'm so smart. So just kidding. Can we form any word? No, it's very hard, especially with only one vowel. It's very hard to form a name. Or word. Maybe you are seeing one. I don't see anyone. Rex. No. So maybe those are some initials or something. So Rex was the only name I could form here. Or word. It actually means king in Latin, I think. Okay, so yeah, I can't make any more sense of it. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.